Everyone talks about never giving up, but nobody tells you what it actually costs.
That's exactly what I want to talk about today. The real story behind persistence, not the motivational poster version.
Because the poster version is so clean, right? It makes success look like one brave decision, and then, boom, breakthrough. But real life is usually a long hallway with no applause.
And that hallway is what I think people miss. Social media shows the final scene, not the rehearsals, not the mistakes, not the years of repetition. Take a musician, for example, 10 years of practice before anyone even noticed the sound.
10 years. That's the invisible years. That's the part nobody posts about. The truth is, most people quit during the invisible years because nobody is clapping yet.
Wow, that's powerful. And maybe that's why success can feel so misleading. We compare our middle to someone else's ending, and then we think something is wrong with us.
Exactly. We call it talent, luck, timing, but often it's just persistence, staying in the room longer than everyone else. Not glamorous, just steady.
And giving up doesn't always look dramatic. It can be quiet. You stop practicing, stop trying, stop believing. Giving up doesn't always look like a big moment. Sometimes it's just silence. You quietly stop showing up.
Yeah, and that silence can be dangerous because it feels harmless at first. One skipped day becomes one skipped week, then one skipped month, and suddenly the dream doesn't even feel alive anymore.
The real enemy isn't failure, it's indifference. Failure still means you care enough to try again. Indifference is when you don't even feel the loss.
Let me think about that. Yes, failure can hurt, but it can also teach. Indifference just slowly erases the connection. That's a much harder thing to notice.
So, what separates people who persist from people who stop? I don't think it's just talent or luck. I think it's the ability to find meaning in the struggle itself.
I agree. It's not about being, what's the word, stubborn. It's about being committed. There's a difference. Stubbornness refuses to listen. Commitment keeps listening, but keeps going.
I like that. Commitment, persistence, same road, different feeling. And the phrase that always comes back to me is fall in love with the process, not just the result. Not only the result, the process too.
That line saved me, honestly. When I was learning a difficult skill a few years ago, I wanted to quit almost every week. I failed, adjusted, failed again. I remember thinking, maybe I'm just not built for this.
And yet, you kept going.
I did. Not because I felt strong every day, but because the struggle started to mean something. Every setback became information. Every small improvement became a reason to stay. And, okay, maybe I also refused to let one frustrating machine beat me, which is embarrassing to admit.
That's fair. Sometimes the enemy is just a stubborn piece of equipment.
It really was. But that's the point. People think perseverance is always heroic. Sometimes it's just awkward, repetitive, and deeply human.
But I want to gently push back on something, Daniel. Sometimes quitting is the right choice. Knowing when to let go is also a kind of strength.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a difference between quitting from fear and quitting from wisdom.
Exactly. Quitting from fear says, I can't face this anymore. Quitting from wisdom says, this path is costing more than it's giving, and I need perspective.
That's a big distinction, because not every sacrifice is noble, and not every struggle is worth continuing. Sometimes bravery means staying, and sometimes bravery means leaving.
And that makes the whole conversation more honest. People who never give up aren't people who never stop. They are people who keep choosing what matters. They give up comfort. They give up the easy path. They give up the need for everyone to understand them.
The truth about people who never give up, they give up all the time. They give up comfort. They give up the easy path. They give up the need for everyone to understand them. That's the real sacrifice. Not surrendering the dream. Surrendering the easier version of yourself.
That's beautiful. And maybe the soft lesson here is this. Persistence is not a loud performance. It's a quiet commitment, repeated again and again, especially when no one is watching.
So, if you're in the invisible years right now, keep going. Not because it's easy, not because it always feels good, but because growth is often happening long before recognition arrives.
And if you're at a point where letting go feels wise, don't be ashamed of that either. Just be honest, be brave, be clear.
Either way, stay awake to what your choice costs and what it protects.
Yeah. And maybe tonight's question isn't, can I never give up? Maybe it's, what am I actually giving my life to?